Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very warming, hearty cup of Bovril, even though it's not really the season for it, but one fancied. Either way, welcome back to the game where previously... What's going on there? Previously, we were building on the left and managed to get in, well, actually a lot built. We've got the high-risk area, which is completely full, so we've got all of our high-risk inmates here, and then we started to build up the top, which is going to be, well, not full soon because of the it's just because of the the capacity that it is. It's got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 capacity, I believe. Yes, and this is going to be for supermax legendary type of inmates, and we're going to crack on with that right now. And why is that metal detected there? Let me just dismantle that because it really doesn't need to be there. Yeah, so let's go ahead and build over here. Let me go to some quick build, custom, and cloning, and I'm going to clone in, well, that, and that, and then that. And it's a similar thing on this side. And it's rotate and flips, and then obviously I'll place the proper flooring in, and then go from there. So I can see that. No way. Was that bit there the linchpin for the... Yeah, it was. That was the entire operation there. That was... Let me just prioritize the building of this electrical cable, because otherwise people are not going to be able to get through here very readily. Anyway, yeah, so we did have another tunnel, which I am going to make a schedule for it. So it's going to be what can I set it to? All sectors. This is a tunnel search. Wait, let me try this one. Tunnel search. Custom schedule. All sectors. In the morning. Every 5 days. Save. There we go. Shakedown, I'll probably do again. Yeah, like I say, because we've had a few escapes, which is not ideal. But overall, the facility is running quite well. The high-risk / supermax area is obviously a bit different than originally envisaged, but it is what it is. Not going to worry about that too much. So all these guys here, you see these high-risk inmates, they're actually going just around, well, between their cells, the common room, and in here. It really does show you just how small you can make the facility because of all of the items that you can get now. So, for example, phone booths, pet bird, TV, bookshelf, gym mat, prayer mat, bit of food. Yeah, people are fairly happy with how things go. You know, they're fairly content with everything. So that's how it is. Let's just go over to flooring, and I originally used this triangular tile. I think for here, I did say about the carpet, but I'm going to go with the... Do we go with reclaimed rubber? Or do we go... No, I'm going to go with metal floor. Metal floor. Why not? Like that. And then we'll finish that off. And then obviously we're going to get some legendary inmates. In fact, you know what? Let me go to intake. Legendary! There we go. So I have no idea what... on Supermax as well. There you go. I don't know what category the legendary inmate will be, but they'll almost certainly be changed over to... Well, they will be changed over to this. So that's what's going to happen there. And... yeah. Right. Let's go for quick build, custom, and cloning. And I want to clone in 1, 2, 3, and rotate and flip. No. Just rotate. That's a flip. That's wrong. Well, it's going to delete that, but it should be fine once it's done. Oh, there you go. They've actually already went ahead and removed the wall, and I can't change it up. I'll prioritize the building of that. Hang on, I'm struggling now. There's something going on there. There we go. Prioritize the building of that one. And cells. We'll have to extend like so. And the rest of it will all connect up once they've placed it in there. So that's good. And then there's our tunnel search. So that's our one that we've done ourselves. And we will do a... Oh, we have found a rope and a digging implement. Where have we found it? Over here. Ah. Well, of all the inmates that I wasn't worried about was them here. Okay. Fair enough. Because to go from there, they have to go along and round. Really? Come on. Remove tunnels. Prioritize. Let me guess. Straight down. What a surprise. Now, that might have popped up at some point, and I've just not noticed it. I've been doing stuff, like, there could just been a little alert over there. Almost certainly. It is what it is. I'll try not to stress over it too much. So this is getting built. We will get 5 Supermax inmates. Right. It's still going up because of the availability. You know what? I'm going to turn them... Oh, no, let's keep it on. I was going to say why. Let's change it up, but no, we'll keep it on there. But looks like it's going to be tomorrow now anyway. Unless they are in. No. No. Always check security menu and go to vulnerable. Oh, there we go. Prisoner Clark has an unknown reputation. But we know that it's the one that we should be worried about. Let me change them to protective custody because they are being targeted. It's in that menu, so they must be targeted for something. I can understand people being upset about that, but I don't think we're exploiting it in any way. The game is telling us, so we're just following through on the intel that we've received from someone, somewhere, somehow. That's the excuse I'm using, and I'm sticking to it. We have got grants on the go. Cell block D and produce 10 superior beds. We only need to produce 1 more bed and it's job done. I don't think we will, though, because the trees over here, this is where we got forestry. I've already planted them and need to place another row. Oh, no, we've still got some wood here, so we can do that. And, oh, we got a fire in the kitchen. And, oh, hang on, wait. Subside still under destroyed a section of our outer wall. You will have to repair it immediately. And a fire is started in the kitchen. Right. I have got it paused, so we can see the obvious. And... let me just make a phone call for a minute. Hello, yes? Is that irony? Yeah. See, I need a word with you about something. Have I just... Yeah, the fire started here and burnt the pipe. Which means that the fire suppression system doesn't work. I'm going to connect it that side then and make sure we definitely got that. Right, where's the subsidence? There we are. Okay. Subsidence is over here. Right, let me go to fencing and then we'll place that there. And I can't fix the subsidence because, well, I don't have rebar. Rebar you need to turn on with... there's reinforcements, basically. And I can also not call in the people that fix it. This is why I keep events off for the most part. So this is now basically done. It's been repaired, I believe, but I'm just going to double check myself, and it seems to be all right. Let me go over to some... where is it? Staff only once again and change that back, so that's all fine. I don't know why that's split up the laundry there. That's very weird. Interesting. Okay. Also, logistics and prison labour. Just double check that the prison labour is set to there, which it is. And then over here. So I need to go for a couple of things. Firstly, the obvious one is that bit. Yes. And then the flooring and then the metal flooring. So it's one section there, bit section there, 3 there, and the rest of it is pretty much done. I will, however, now prioritise the running of the water pipe, which the water pipe runs up like so, and then the other one goes up to here, and then across, and then these ones just sort of drop like that. If I was going to do this thing again, I'd run it down and across there, but to be honest, it doesn't actually matter. It really doesn't. And, oh, there we go. We have got Ed Henderson, who is a Yeah, they are a Supermax inmate. They don't have any reputations. They received 18 years for multiple crimes. Yet I don't know why they're there. I bet if I just check around medium risk, there's someone with, there you go, 24 years. 7 years. 40 years. 3 years. 9. 12. 8. Okay. Bad examples, I guess. 12. 2. 18. Okay. So there are definitely some amount of inmates, let's say 1 in 3, it might have been, that have a longer sentence than them. Let's also go to here. And where is our legendary prisoner? Is it going to be them? It could be. We did say legendary prisoners, did we not? I've got it on. And now the chief's calling. One of the spiritual leaders bringing for religious programs has been riling up the inmates with all kinds of hateful speech. They've been fired, but the prisoners will take some time to cool down. Okay, I'll just have to do what I can about that and power through. Let me go to vulnerable, and I can see that nobody's marked as vulnerable. So there we are. They are putting in the water pipes, which I didn't run all the way because I'm an idiot. And then we will now run in the rest of this, like so. And like this, and like this, and then across here to there. Okay, so that is all now set. And if one's calculations are correct, we're done. I think the facility is done. All the patrols are on the go. They're all set there. That's working there. Wow. Okay. Let me just check our programs. I can stop guard taser certification. Fire safety and first aid. I can stop the latter. I'll keep running fire safety. Not that it really matters. We've seen that it doesn't really matter what you do. The fire was stopped anyway, which is fine. But there's some unknown traits here. Okay. Sleep time. Shake down all sectors. Over 1,000, I would imagine. 1,094. Doesn't surprise me. Quite high. Let me just go for some no. Utilities and connections. And I think the phone tap is fine. Phone tap is connected there. Yeah, that's what I wanted. We have, however, found another tunnel. So I'll remove tunnels and continue on with that. Let's also go for prisoner programs. We are running workshop safety induction, kitchen safety and hygiene, carpentry apprenticeship. There's another tunnel. I knew that tunneling was going to be a problem in this facility. Our foundation education program is all good. General education, similar thing. Pharmacological treatment is on the go. Alcoholics group. Parole hearing, spiritual guidance. That's all fine. I could definitely do with more parole in this facility. And things like animal therapy, conflict resolution, 3 strikes training. All that would be useful. But I just don't have the space. But the thing is, this facility is very easily... you can very much extrapolate into a bigger area. Like, if this map was large instead of the... Is this medium, I think? I mean, the large one, you would just keep expanding outwards like this, and you'd have more space. I wouldn't like to do this on the smallest map. Or is this the smallest map? I'm doubting myself now. It might be. I mean, we did plan off potentially expansion, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's go for informants. Well, I'm still not seeing any... as vulnerable, yeah. I'm still not seeing, like, anyone I need to move over. So, like, you can see these are the high-risk inmates, and these are the supermax. You know, there's more traits in the main centre of the facility where you've got the mixing of the inmates, because they can transfer the traits, all of the extremely traits have just passed along. So, yeah, I would definitely... I turned that on to enforce the idea that we want to split up the inmates. They only interact when they absolutely have to, when it's absolutely necessary. And that is pretty much what we've got in terms of our regime. If obviously two categories or more are working together, then that is possible. But the 8 times the main time when inmates will, you know, congregate and fight. Whereas it's pretty much alright with this one. I could mod it and have it so that you could have, say, 3 shift system, shall we call it, where it's split into 3 separate ones where the inmates will never interact with each other, but it means sleep in the daytime. But we've worked within the confines of a vanilla game. So, yeah. Grants-wise, there's grants we can pick up. I should probably be doing some building while I'm nattering away, by the way, and part of that will be, yeah, well, it's not part of it, but all will be perimeter wall, because I've been meaning to do it for quite some time. And do I build a perimeter wall on the outside? I don't think I'm going to bother. The problem is I'd have to redo the scanner modules and also some of these trees and stuff like that. And I don't think... If there's going to be an escape attempt, tunneling is going to be the main problem. And that's the one I will personally be attempting when we do an escape attempt after this episode. Because this will be the final episode of this series. Expansion-wise, we did pen in areas for potential expansion. So here, there's gaps, and it'll be a bit here. And then you could go from there. Similarly up here, on the left, I could probably change it, and I would just make this bigger, and you could go that side. But, as a proof of concept, I think it's worked very well, and anything more would not really be... It'll be more of the same rather than extras, because expanding up here, I would pretty much just clone this, but it would go the other way. More of the same. But then the center really wouldn't support it, so you'd have to make satellite stuff. So I think as a self-contained facility, it's worked out quite well, and that's a nice place to leave it. Yeah, I think so. I'm still seeing some traits that are... You know, we don't know them all. Security menu-wise, vulnerable. We still see some of that. Yeah, it's fine. But we have got, like I said, the inmates all split up where we need them to be. And people are behaving. Danger level is low. Prisoners are well treated. Prisoners are well fed. Warden is having a calming effect. Some people have been unnecessarily searched recently in their opinion, and that sort of thing. And there's one prisoner with a serious complaint there, but the rest of it is pretty fine. Oh, we are receiving a legendary prisoner. Okay, that's good. Oh, I don't know what type it is in terms of their category. If I say Supermax, will it remove that? I will actually say Supermax off. Not that it matters, because whatever the legendary prisoner is, they're going to be changed to Supermax. And if we don't have the space for them, which we don't, I will have to get rid of an inmate from Supermax, which I will spend money in order to do that. You can spend £5 every 5 days, I believe. You can see the guys are putting in all of the perimeter walls, which is good. Money-wise, we've never really had a huge problem. Actually, no, there was at one point in the earlier parts of the facility where I had to start selling... I had to start selling bits, and it was like literally ripping up tables and chairs to sell furniture in order to get enough money to get another grant to then go from there. It was a bit of a nightmare. There is a legendary prisoner. That is Duncan Richardson. Extremely strong, tough, volatile, stalker, deadly, fearless, and expert fighter. So that could be a problem because remember, traits can be transferred. So that inmate, you don't want to be interacting with any others. So what is the solution? Well, I've got permanent punishments, and I could permanently shackle them in a cell. The only thing that if I do that, the only thing that they can't fulfill needs-wise is, I think, probably, what now? Reports of sickness of a number of prisoners, and also a workshop incident, which is down here. Yeah, that's the event's being bugged. Fair enough. Not the first part, but the other one. I don't know what's going on there, because... Oh, no, no, they definitely are. They definitely are injured. Right, let me quickly get over a doctor, and also a guard as well, because they are first aid trained, so they should be able to heal Christopher Balthazar. Yep, there you go, that's now dealt with. And the rest of it will be dealt with in due course. But yeah, the traits kind of like say pass between the different inmates, so we'd have to put them in their own cells. The only thing that really can't fulfill is maybe family, but they've got the pet bird, so I could easily put a phone booth in a cell block and also their prayer mat. We'll have to put a prayer mat in there as well for the spirituality need, and after that it's pretty much sorted. But I don't think we need to do that. I think it's fine. Let me just go, and this inmate here, I'll wait until they're escorted to their cell, and then I'm going to change them over to be Supermax. So you see they're coming in. They're going to be escorted to their cell, like so. I'm going to change them to Supermax because they should be Supermax. That's then going to error the game out because we have 13 inmates. However, I can then go to Intelligence and Security and just go through here and find anyone. Actually, wait, there's anyone of note? There's prisoner Joe Chill, who is extremely strong. Oh no, there's a volatile inmate. Stephen Bailey. Right, Steve. Let's find Stephen in this list. There they are. So, remove prisoner. It costs me 5 grand, and every 5 days I can remove them, which means it's now going to put that down to the correct amount, which means the inmate, the legendary inmate, can and will be moved over because they shouldn't be in here. And they'll have to be escorted because they're not allowed in here. There you go. They're being escorted. Like that. And we can see legendary inmate. Legendary. Yes. Okay. So, actually one thing I didn't do, but it will be set somewhere, is the regime, which is set to... It's the same as this. It's the same as medium security. That's fine. That's not a problem. Okay. Well. Interesting. Oh, look. So it begins. The legendary inmate is kicking off. Because extremely strong, extremely volatile, extremely everything. There is some more tunnels. Let me remove those. And around here as well. There you go. So that's just how it's going to be now. They've got a 30-hour lockdown. This is Duncan Richardson. 30-hour lockdown. Yeah. They're going to be in there for a while. There's tunnel search in progress. But yeah, in summary then, I guess that's been a bit of Prison Architect and our split regime facility. The original intention was to have a facility where we have multiple categories of inmate. So in this particular case, we've got a full, really a full sort of complement of inmates ranging from low, medium, high, supermax and protective custody. Obviously, we don't have death row and criminally insane. That was not the original intention to have those. That's probably going to be a future build. Let me know if you would like to see that sort of thing. And yeah, we have it so that the regime doesn't overlap where we can manage it. Obviously, there is some overlap, like right now when there's amount of work going on. I could probably alter it even further, but you know what? It seems to be working adequately. And I'll take adequate. Danger level is low. Prisons say they're well treated. And money is good, and it's not overstaffed, I don't believe. Yeah. And security is overall pretty high, with reform being good as well. Either way, I think as I said, in summary, we could probably say this has been a bit of a success. Yes, there are things that we could change and alter and improve. If I was to redo it, I would probably make the cells bigger, a 3x3, and put almost everything in each individual cell. So, like the prayer mats and such. Yeah, oh, actually, that's one thing I haven't done. There's no arcade cabinets in these areas. Let me fix that. Let me put some arcade cabinets in. It would probably benefit them. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh, and there's a bit there that I missed as well. Okay. This is why I hate sort of calling it for a series, because what happens is there'll be bits that I've missed, and it's yeah, let's say it's easily, and that's also wrong as well. Oh my good grief! I'm seeing all of the mistakes now. Right. It's not the end of the episode. Right, let me fix this as best I can. Right, come on. Let's get this put in. Some of it will have to be a bit different, but it is what it is. So, there, and there, and there, and in here, there, and there, and there, and there. Right, that's all fine. Dismantle all of that. I don't know how I've managed that one. But yeah. In summary, as I said, I would, if I was to redo it, I'd probably have the cells this size, 3x3. I'd put some more items in there, just so that the inmates almost never have to come out with their cells. I would definitely have more parole. Having these as the size they are just didn't work out. Making sure you have a minimum of 5x5 is the way to go. But other than that, I don't think there's anything major. I really don't think there's anything like major that I would alter. Just double check the arcade cabinets. Looks like they're going in well. Not in there though. And I think the doggo. Oh, well, this could be problematic. So what we're seeing here, let me just stop them moving along, is Ginger the guard dog, their handler has been taken out, which means the dog is not overly happy about that, and as such, Duncan Richardson is leaving horizontally. They are, yes, they've been taken out. That's why legendary prisoners are a nightmare to deal with. And no, we're not doing another legendary facility because we've done that many times before. Most of it, well, not many times. We've done it several times before, and it's been a nightmare every single time, and not worked out. Apart from maybe the odd 1 or 2 times that it actually has. And that door should be further down there as well. Okay, well, like I said, I think we will probably, after putting these arcade cabinets in, call it there. Overall, I am happy with what we've accomplished here. I will probably, like I say, change the size of the cells. But other than that, there's not a huge amount. Definitely been a bit different, splitting things up the way we have done. Either way, that has been a bit of the split regime and category facility in Prison Architect. There's a snitch. Protective custody. We will do an escape attempt on this one. I have a feeling that it's just going to be me tunneling for a while. And I might do an extreme testing initiative, which is where we like make the prisoners fight or try and run out or things like that. I don't think it would yield much information, but if there's a huge demand for it, let me know in the comments what you think on that. If there's a huge demand for it, we will follow through on that and do it. Otherwise, we're going to leave it there for this episode and indeed the series, and let me know what you think overall in terms of this build, changes, alterations, improvements you think, and, well, what would you like to see as well for the next episode, well, the next series, I guess. What sort of theme, what sort of angle, everything in terms of suggestions is very much welcome. Let me know what you think, and as always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.